Welcome, viewers. Welcome back to District Gaming. It's your boy Cypher here with a Let's Play of Valkyrie Profile, and yes, you see it right there, viewers. I didn't do too much since the last time, to be, frank with it. And if I sound raspy or anything, just give me a slight boost in that department. We can get right up with it. So we're still right here on Chapter 2. If you remember, I could have done some off-screening. I think I'm probably going to do some off-screening today. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because, for this period in the game where I actually now, talking and I now introduce, I feel like this segment of the game, I'm going to be a little bit much more verbal than I was prior others. And then we're going to go back to the same, remain silent again, and play thus forth. Okay, so the things that we need to actually get, and I don't know what your pattern is like right now. I don't know what crazy pattern the game gives you. Game could give you any pattern because it's a pattern game, and I forgot to actually say that way from the beginning of the game. Please bear with me, fans. Bear with me. And I'm sorry, I just turned up the volume, so I'm really sorry about that. But we're still going to keep the recording. The volume just only needed to turn up. And let me see if I can get it at a sweet spot. Okay, now, there we are. So, basically, like I was saying, back to what I was saying before, prior. Yes, it's a pattern game. And basically, based on the patterns that you're getting, you might going to fall into one or two situation in this game. Now, most people or most of my viewers, District Gaming family, is going to look at me and say, "Hey, what are you talking about when you say patterns? Like, what do you mean? Like, give us a description of what are you talking about?" Okay, so when I say patterns in this game, like, okay, the game has, let's just say hypothetically, the game has 4 classes. We have a warrior, we have a DPS, we have a mage, and we have an archer, right? Sounds good, right? Okay, so those are the 4 classes that we have. Those are the 4 classes the game told us about, and basically those are the 4 classes we're going to go forward with. Now, throughout each spiritual, I want to say if I'm pronouncing this right, concentration, yeah. With spiritual concentration, when you start to actually read the thoughts of the dying people that's about to die, if you get a repeat of any of those classes, it would be known as a pattern. So let's say, for instance, in phase 1, you did spiritual, concentration, and you end up getting, let's say that you end up getting archer. Let's say you do it again, and you end up getting one more archer. You kind of see where the pattern is going. So in this, you got 2 archers over having just 1. And the pattern that you're looking for is kind of a basic run pattern where you're getting the same classes, not by the 2s or the 3s, but by the 1s. And that's what you're kind of looking for. You're kind of looking for not getting a repeat, because if you get a repeat, then it's going to kind of become somewhat difficult. And that's what I should have explained to my viewers earlier in the game. But hopefully you guys figure that out by now, that the game is a pattern game and you kind of have to pay attention to the pattern. Now, what does the pattern mean? The pattern don't necessarily mean anything, but it makes your work a little bit difficult, because before, Freya would just ask you to send one individual to Asgard. But now you're in a boat where you're getting multiple same classes. So now you want to limit that down by sending her an extra character over. So this is where the game patterns differs. Where the game tells you, give me 1 character, now the game is saying, give me 2 characters, because now you got multiple characters of the same class. And basically, that's how we're going to kind of play this going forward. So every time the game gives you multiple of the same characters, you're going to make sure that the character that you was working with prior, before you got the other character, is all good and set. and then we'll send that character to Valhalla, and then we'll keep the other character and work with the other character in Midgard, where we at right now. Because other than that, viewers, it's going to be very complicated for you to juggle two characters at the same time in hard mode. Hard mode don't give you that much experience points, so because of that, you have to actually use your character that you was using prior before, and when you get a new character, you send the old character that you have up to Valhalla, and then take the new character into your party and rinse and repeat, vice versa. Blase blah, bourgeois, whoever want to say it. I don't know. Whoever want to say it, man, say it, yo. But basically that's the gist of it. So, what we're gonna do right now, because I've been doing like almost 6 minutes of talking, and I definitely needed to do that 6 minutes. That 6 minutes was definitely important for you guys to know. Now, anything else I want to actually tell you guys? Make sure you look at your character's equipment every time. It might seem like a lame thing, but it's a very important thing in this game. So make sure you go ahead and do that before you do anything else, because this game haven't intended to actually let you forget the item that the character actually has. Now remember, I was telling you guys about these swords right here. Don't use these swords: the flare, the dragon, and the demon. And also there's one other sword that we're going to know. There's one other weapon we're going to get that could help us with a dungeon right now, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to get that weapon, and we're just going to have to do what we have. There's something else I want to do right here. Let's go here. Alright, you see this thing right here, viewers? This gem called the Quartz gem, this right here. We need that right there. I forgot to do it on the last one, so I kind of caught up back with myself. Go ahead and have that. What that does is, whenever you come across a strong enemy in the game, that enemy is going to now start blinking red. So that enemy is going to start pulsating red. So that will tell you in an indication that the person is very strong and you need to prepare for that fight, and it won't be an easy fight. So that's a very important piece of relic to have on Valkyrie. This have a 5% chance of breaking, so don't necessarily equip that. Don't equip those elemental scepters either. Don't do that. The time for that is going to come very soon. Trust me on that. Alright, so I'm just looking to see if everything check out before we go. We'll give it some more feedback. There's some stuff we need to do before. Those event eyes. Let's use those event eyes. Let's go ahead and go back here. I don't know why I didn't do this before. Let's buy 3 of these. Not these. These ones are way too expensive, so don't buy these. Buy 3 of these. Not these, because these are expensive, but you have to look at your money. Wait, buy one. I said before, but don't worry, we're gonna get a badass weapon from one of these things if they so decide to do it. Let me go ahead and see how many points we have left. Points. Well, a few points. This right here, we're going to need this bow right here. Let me see what I can get. Later that item turns out into a very important item, so don't get rid of that item. Let's go off to the next dungeon that is equally irritating. I swear this dungeon is irritating. And the game is going to keep pouring these dungeons at us. I believe this. Probably, okay, makes sense. I'm gonna fly past this place already. Okay, right here. Alright, so this place right here, viewers, is a bowl of maize in itself. It's going to be mainly based on a different batch of colognes and fragrance that you have to wear to get rid of some plants. So basically, with this one, instead of I really talk about this one, I'm just going to just do it instead of talk about it. I'll just like do it. So please, just use your eyes. Use your eyes. And whatever it is, I'll try to explain it. But just use your eyes. I'm not going to cut the mic out though, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it because this dungeon can be very crazy. It can be very crazy confusing to deal with. Okay, so now that we're here, let's get on to business. The first thing we want to do.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
No mercy. I stake everything on this single blow. Finishing strike. Justice stream. Fine, then I shall strike it.
It shall be engraved upon your soul. Divine assault. Ha! Nigalang Balesti! I see this foe will not fall so easily.
I grow tired of you. Finishing strike. Final blast. Ha, no problem. Is everyone all right?
Yumi back there. How you can actually get her to actually attack oftenly most of the time. When those little orbs drop on the ground, you can direct them to your character. It's not 100%. It not always can work, but sometimes when the orbs drop on the ground and the special attack comes in, it would be better for you to do the special attack and then right after the special attack, hold down on the directional button pad on where the character is that you're trying to do. So for instance, Yumi is in the back, right? So you know that would be the right D-pad. So you hold down on the right D-pad and those little orbs will fly directly towards that character and basically recharge her to go in again and do another attack. Just put it as it's one of those mechanics in the game that I realize. The game kind of really don't touch upon anything like that, so you know it's something that you kind of have to learn as you play in Falcon Profile. So you know, take that as a joke, take that as a little check, you know, as a little learning curve that I teach you something. It don't always work, like I said, it don't always work, but there's times that it do work, and yeah. So anyhow, the first thing you do want to do in this room though is make sure you go through this journal in which it's going to tell you the different fragrance you need to go through. The thing with this place is, as you're going through it with the cologne and you pass the desired point, you can't exit off that screen, because if you exit off the screen, the plant is going to grow right back again. And also, the second option to this dungeon is, you also want to pay attention to how this dungeon layout is. It's very important you do so. Right here, you don't get nothing right there. So, you know, try to remember the pattern of how this dungeon is. Because it's going to come down to how you're going to run through this place. When everything starts making sense, right?
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
When everything starts making
No
sense.
mercy.
The first mission
It shall be engraved upon your soul. Divine assault. Nigalang Balesti. You only prolong your. I hope that wasn't too strong. Huh? I can't believe it!
I grow tired of you. Finishing strike. Final blast! Now die and be silent.
I stake everything on this single blow. Finishing strike. Justice stream. Are you still alive?
it's not like it's going to change.
Take that!
There's something else, I believe.
It shall be engraved upon your soul. Divine assault. I see this foe will not fall. I hope that wasn't too strong. Go back to the hole you crawled in from.
I grow tired of you. Finishing strike. Final blast! I love a good fight.
Stretched.
It might not go so well next time.
I know. Anyhow, yes, so that's a person on the floor, and if you talk to that person, you will also get the cologne, and you will need to pass these plans that I'm talking about right here. But don't do that just yet, viewers. Let's worry about the cleanup effort first, which is getting all of the enemies out the way that we actually need. And let's look at some. I'm looking at the pattern that I have, so that's the reason why, because I didn't go over it, so I'm looking at it now. For me, I'm going to set up Yolanda and June. Yeah, those two are going to go up this chapter. Because if you notice, I got two sorcerers. I literally have two sorcerers in my body, so after I'm done, we're going to go ahead and actually do that. Because we're going to spend a couple more, and then I'm probably going to add off screen and then come back again. So yeah, for me, I definitely would have to set up Yolanda, and I definitely would have to set up June, because we already have Lawrence as a warrior, so we don't want two warriors, but we definitely do want to keep our archer for the upcoming chapter that's coming, because she will be needed.
To my side, my noble Einherjar.
No mercy.
There's something else that
It shall be engraved upon your soul.
also
Divine assault.
If you're following along with this guide, then there's something that we need to look into right now.
Nivalang Valesti. You have no hope of survival.
Weak. Weak.
Get thee hence. Oblivion awaits thee.
But don't touch that just yet. We're gonna come back here. Let's set this already. We don't need that. Everything else will get. give him trick step, give him tactics, air noise, survival, fight, leadership. Don't give him these because those are more along the magic user stuff. He's going to fight much different than it was before. Come across elemental people, then we'll do that. This right here is a very important skill. Try to bring this up as far as you can. But for her, you more likely is going to need air noise, survival, fight, trick, march, formation, magic, and that's basically how you deal with magic users. Gives her a little bit much more agility. Then that right there will also make it so that she can always attack viewers. So you need that. That skill right there is very important for them. So you need to make sure you have that, those two skills. And with that, yeah, we can definitely now double back to the entrance, and then on the next recording, we will definitely continue the continue to explore and do what we do. But for right now, the recording is coming to an end, so I'm gonna go back to that save point, which is right here, and I'm going to pretty much close it off right here, and I'll meet you right back at the academy, and we can now, finish up this dungeon together. So, with that being said, it's your boy Cypher signing off, telling you guys peace and love. I'll see you right back at the next recording. Have a nice day, viewers.